Hey there, Mr. Bill, poker peeps. Me and Johnny Vibes, Johnny Moreno, are poker twins? Really? I think the answer is absolutely yes. So most of you guys probably watch Johnny Vibes. He is a fantastic player. I started watching him relatively early on. I have so much respect for the guy. I liked his vlogs, and then he put out vlog number 17, live at the bike, every hand revealed, and the guy was absolutely unbelievable. I don't think he made a single mistake in the entire session that he played it live at the bike. His thought process, his ability to read other people, he even has an innate sense for what is right and wrong to do on the poker table was just fantastic. This is a guy that I can really learn from. I watch some vlogs for entertainment, but some I watch for entertainment as well as learning abilities, and his is one of those. So I am a big fan of Johnny Vibes. So I actually met Johnny at the 2018 World Series of Poker. He was playing in the main event. I was there playing in some other tournaments other than main, but I went and watched for a little bit, and Johnny was on a table that was right on the main aisle. The guy was so friendly, he's waving to people. So when they went on break, I told him who I was. He said he'd heard of my stuff. I don't know if he'd ever watched it, but I got a picture with him. I got to walk with him out to the hallway and talk to him for maybe even 45 seconds, and the guy was just genuinely nice. I was just telling him how much I appreciated what he did and that I was a big fan of his. But yeah, just a really nice guy. So on Johnny's last vlog, he said nearly identically what I've been saying to my subscribers, which makes me say, hey, me and Johnny, from the poker perspective, we may be twins. We're brothers from another mother. And again, because I respect so much what Johnny says, when he says the same things as me, it makes me feel good, validated. A little bit of an aside, if you guys have never read the book, The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman, read it. And one of the things in there is, one of the languages is getting pats on the back. And that is personally mine. I like to hear people tell me what a good job I'm doing. So again, this whole thing with Johnny saying exactly the same thing as me, it's my love language. It says that I am doing the right thing when somebody I respect says the same thing as me. So here's a little montage of the same things that we have said that are the same that I'm trying to get across to you guys that he's getting across to his subscribers.
We were flipping for all the money. Definitely a high variance spot. If I lost this, I would have been down $1,000. And you know, a couple of days ago, if I would have lost another flip opportunity, I would have been down $1,000. If it wasn't for those two flips, I'd probably be around even at this point.
It doesn't matter if you're in cash or tournament, you got to win races to make money.
I got absolutely annihilated at Roanoke tonight. I lost over $4,000. I just want you guys to see the realness, because a lot of time other vloggers, they don't tell you the whole story. They're picking and choosing the sessions to tell you about.
So as you guys know, I don't lie to you guys. I tell you my real results, and at last vlog I was down 51.20.
It's thinking that you're invincible. Like granted I don't play a lot of $5 big blind poker, but when I do play, I feel like I can't be beat. I feel like it's impossible for me to lose. I feel like I run amazing. I just feel like nobody has a chance against me. Part of that is a little bit of ego or cockiness a little bit.
Right or wrong, sometimes wrong, most of the times right, I tend to believe I can outplay the other players, and I just bully the players and I try to win that way. Right now I got a little bit too cocky from my wins and just felt like I couldn't lose. You know, sometimes humble pie has to be on the menu when you get a little too cocky.
I'm gonna get it straight away, and I'm gonna continue to crush.
So I am down 43.75 for the year. That is going to turn around. We are going to have the best year we've ever had. I'm excited about it.
And when I'm struggling to be positive, I just have to go back to being grateful. And being grateful is something that's easy to do. I live in America. I have access to poker games whenever I want. I get to play a game for a living. I get to travel the world. I am married to an amazing woman. I have a dog that loves me. There's just so many things. I have my health. I have the health of a lot of my family members. So it's so easy to be grateful. And when you are grateful, it's so easy to come back to positivity.
So one final thought, guys. Regardless of how your poker world is going, regardless of how you're running, how you're playing, you are blessed. Remember the things that are fantastic, that are great in your life, and you will be better off. I know I will be. So you know, even twins, even brothers are also very, very different. And Johnny and I are very different in some ways. I do Johnny credit. He's probably a way better player than I am. He plays higher stakes. He just seems to be, he's farther along in his journey than I am. Johnny talks about somebody eating dead animals, so he's obviously a vegan or something like that. I am not. I'm a barbecue guy. So we may differ quite a bit on political philosophy, I think so, and maybe what we believe religiously. But I can tell you this, when it comes to poker philosophy, we seem to be exactly on the same page. Brothers from another mother, poker twins, me and Johnny vibes. All right, the first table I played at WinStar was a 5-5 game, $1,000 buy-in. It was only 6-handed. I played a couple of hands. I had $1,050, and then I got ace of clubs, ace of diamonds in the +1. The under the gun bet 5. I made it 30. The cutoff, the small blind, and the under the gun all called. So here we go. A flop, $130. Comes jack of diamonds, 8 of clubs, 7 of hearts. It checks to me, I make it 65, guy folds, and the other 2 players call. The turn is the 3 of hearts, and now the small blind leads out for 150. The other guy calls. My gut is screaming fold here, but I didn't do it. I made the call. The river was the 5 of clubs. Small blind leads out for 100, very, very small. The next guy raises it up to 300. I know, no, one pair is never good here. I should have folded on the turn. My gut said to fold and I couldn't do it. So I fold, the other guy calls. The small blind had top set of jacks, and the other guy had the flop straight with 9-10. Aces cracked, like second hand. So right after that, the game broke. So I only played 30 minutes in the 5-5 game, lost $210, all because of one hand. So I moved to the 2-5 table. As I'm sitting down, I get a hand in the cutoff, ace of hearts, 3 of hearts. Under the gun is a guy named Pete. He raises it up to 20. Old Pete's a vlog watcher. He likes to raise very, very wide. There's 2 callers behind Pete, so I decide, you know what, let's make it easy money here and go ahead and raise it up. I raise it up to 110, and Pete calls. Pete doesn't have very much money. He's only got $345. So the flop comes, queen of hearts, jack of clubs, 6 of hearts. I flop, nut flush draw. Pete shoves all in for his 235. And of course, I'm not going anywhere. I make the call. It comes 9 of spades, king of clubs. No good for me. Pete had ace, queen, and he says, yeah, I'm getting on the vlog, Mr. Bill. It's the 3rd time I've stacked you off. Oh, Pete, villain Pete. Next hand of the 2-5. I'm in the small blind with ace of clubs, 10 of clubs with $400. There's 3 limpers to me. I decide to raise it up to 30, the hijack and the button call. So on the flop with 107 in the pot is ace of spades, 3 of clubs, 4 of spades. I make it 25. The cutoff raises to 80. The other guy folds. He limped in. What could he have? I suppose he could have ace 3 or ace 4, but I make the call. The turn with 267 in the pot is the king of hearts. I check it. He only bets 80. I make the call. The river with 427 in the pot is a 7. I check. He bets 100. Very small. Probably should tell me that he's getting value. I make the call. Golly, he limped in with ace king, hit his top 2, and I lost another pot. Okay, this next one's a doozy. Woohoo! This is how good Mr. Bill is running right now. I'm on the button with ace of diamonds, 8 of clubs. There's 6 players that limp in for at $5. I decide I'm just going to call it also. So there's $30 in the pot, 32. Small blind didn't call. So there's 32 in the pot, and the flop comes ace of spades, ace of hearts, queen of clubs. It checks to me. I make it 20. the hijack, and the cutoff call. So now the turn with 92 in the pot. Woohoo! It's the 8 of diamonds. I now have a full house. It checks to me, I make it 20, just trying to get any kind of value. One guy folds and the other guy calls. So on the river with 132 in the pot, worst, absolutely the worst card ever, another queen. Now there's ace, ace, queen, queen, 8 on the board. He leads for 50. Gosh, I know he has an ace. Of course, I shove all in. He does tank for a little bit, but he eventually makes the call. He has ace 5. Oh my gosh, you have got to be kidding me. How can I run any worse? I can't even win the pots when I have a full house. Oh my goodness. All right, I have to tell you guys about one winning hand in the session. Don't I have to win at least one? Anyhow, I have pocket 4s. I have $500 because I bought back up to what you're allowed. There's a limper. I decided to call. The small blind and the big blind both call. So there's 20 in the pot to a flop of 3 of clubs, 4 of spades, 7 of spades. It checks to me. I make it 20, and the small blind and the big blind both call. Okay, let's see if I can win one. The turn with $80 is the 10 of spades. Oh no, a flush draw on board. Small blind leads out for 55. The other guy calls. I'm not going anywhere yet. I call. The river with 245 in the pot is the queen of clubs. Hey, and it checks around. Yay! I hold. I want a hand. A set of 4s wins. Woohoo!
So I'm in the big blind with $700. I get king of spades, king of diamonds. There are 5 limpers to me. I decide to bump it up to $45. The +1, the hijack, and the button call. So on the flop, there's $195, and it comes king of clubs, 7 of hearts, 9 of diamonds. I flop top set of kings. It's checked to me. I think for a long, long time about how I can make the most money on this hand, and I decide to check. The turn then is the 5 of clubs. I make it 115, and the +1 calls. So now with 425 in the pot, the river comes the 6 of clubs, putting a potential flush on board. I check. He then leads into me for 150. Ugh, I don't like it, but I have to call. He has ace of clubs, queen of clubs for the nuts flush. Holy cow. Ugh.
So what would you guys do if you had flopped top set of kings on a king 7-9 rainbow board with $200 in the pot? Do you make a small bet? Do you make a large bet as though you would have just continued with ace king? I don't know. I'm frustrated because I got beat, and now I'm looking for, well, did I play it wrong? I think I probably did. You probably shouldn't ever check. I should always at least make a little small bet. Oh, so frustrating. So I decided to go to dinner. I needed a break. Actually, dinner was the highlight of the entire day.
Ooh, oh my gosh, it can't get any worse right now. I will give you guys an update here in a minute.
So even though I said I was going to do a mid-session update, I didn't do it. I was frustrated, then I got back. Dinner took a long time. I didn't want to lose my seat. I wish I had lost my seat. So it's after dinner, a new start. I'm ready to roll. Let's go. Let's win. You got to have a new attitude, right? Let's go. Let's do something different than what we did before. So I am on the button with pocket 10s. I have $500. Middle position 1 makes it 20. Middle position 2 calls, the cutoff calls, and I call. So there's 87 in the pot to a flop of king, king, deuce. Middle position 1 makes it 40, and I make the call. The turn with 167 in the pot is a 9, and it goes check, check, makes me feel a little bit better. The river is a 3. He makes it 125. Boy, I don't like it, but I don't think I can fold here. I make the call. Hey, he has 6-8, and I win a pot. Maybe after dinner, things are going to change. So it was turning around. I actually had worked my way back up to having $900. I had the ace of hearts, queen of hearts on the button. MP2 makes it 20. The cutoff me and the big blind all call. I thought about 3-betting here and decided not to do it. The flop with 82 in the pot came king of spades, queen of diamonds, 10 of clubs, and it checks around. The turn with 82 in the pot, hey, is the queen of spades. Now I have 3 queens. The MP1 bets 85. The cutoff calls. Now I'm getting a little bit nervous. Is this going to be a big hand where somebody's already got me beat? But I do make the call. The river, 337 in the pot, is the 7 of spades, putting a flush draw on board. First guy checks, and now the second guy bets 100. Golly, it seems value-y, but I have 3 queens. I don't think I can fold, so I make the call. The other guy does fold. He has ace-9 of spades for the nut spades. Golly. Okay, on this next hand, I have pocket kings under the gun. I have $650. I make it 30. The +1 behind me goes all in for 95. The button makes the call. He has $750. So now I'm deciding what to do. Do I want to raise it up to 300? It's kind of an awkward stack size. It absolutely commits me if I make it 300 that I can't fold even if an ace flops. So I decided to go ahead and shove all in. The button does fold and he shows ace queen. The P1 then shows ace queen also. Gosh darn it, if I'd have known that, I'd have done it differently. The board comes out queen 10, 6, 8, deuce. And I won a decent pot, but man, it could have been a lot better. Of course, you never know, right? So this was one of the spots I'm not sure what I should have done with that stack size. You guys, please give me your opinion on the all-in here. Or should I be raising to a smaller size? I'm not sure.
So I am under the gun with 2 black 10s. I have $620. I raised it up to 20, and I got 3 callers. So on the flop, there's 85 in the pot, and the flop comes 6 of diamonds, 4 of spades, 2 of clubs. Checks to me, I make it 85, and the P1 calls, the others fold. The turn, with 255 in the pot, is the king of spades. He doesn't have that much money left, so I shove all in for 365, his effective stack, and he calls. And he turns over pocket deuces for a set of deuces. Yuck. River's the 4 of hearts, giving him a full house. And I lose another pretty good one.
Well, I'm walking out of WinStar, kind of with the tail between the legs. It was not a good night. I was so excited to play. I hadn't been up there in 3 weeks. I felt like I was going to do great, and it started horrible from the very first hand on the 5-5 game where I bought into $1,000 and got aces cracked on the first hand. It didn't get any better. So Johnnie Vibes mentioned just the pain of losing. He said as a pro, just the pain. And let me tell you, you don't have to be a pro to feel the pain, because I'm an amateur and I feel the pain too. And it's not so much the money, although I don't like losing the money. It's the pain of, it's the mental, it's the anguish, it's the mental anguish of not playing well or not doing what you know you should do. Oh, when you get sucked out on, can you handle it mentally? Sometimes it is really, really tough. I had another really rough night. Did not run well, did not play well. Gosh, that's tough. And it is very painful, as Johnny said. So, got to get over the pain somehow, or, I don't know, take a break, do something. The bottom line for me tonight was I lost $1,100. Oh my gosh, I was down $900 in the first 30 minutes. I guess the rest of the night I only lost a couple $100, but still it wasn't good. I actually expected to be winning, not losing, so again, just painful.
Well guys, not for much for me to say right now. I am disappointed, I'm discouraged. It's not very good. I'm in the midst of the worst streak that I've ever been in since playing for 8 years, and it stinks. It hurts, it's no fun. I question whether or not I even know what I'm doing. Hey, I do want to give a little shout out to Johnnie Vibes. Thank you very much. I got a hold of Johnny on Twitter, told him what I was going to do here with the whole Poker Twins thing, and he kind of blessed my doing it. So just thank you, just as I would expect him to do. He's just such a nice guy. Anyhow, thank you very much, Johnny. I hope you get to see this. I do want to say thank you guys too. I've been getting lots of nice notes and encouragement. Like I said, my love language happens to be words of affirmation, so I want people to tell me that I'm doing a good job. Even when I'm stinking right now, I know it. Anyhow, it'll get better. It's got to turn around. It always does. I'm a good enough player that eventually it'll turn around. It's just, woo, this seems like it's forever. So, as always, thank you guys for watching and subscribing, pressing buttons. I hope you enjoy this vlog. I enjoyed making it. It was kind of fun to do some research on Johnny. So, anyhow, thank you guys very much. I will see you all again next week. Bye.